Hi there, I'm Zach, and we're here at Birchwood Hyundai today, going to be busting some EV myths. This vehicle behind me is an Ioniq 5. That car is going to be able to charge from 10 to 80% in as little as 18 minutes. With that charge, which is around 480 kilometers, you'd be able to get from Assiniboine Downs over to Sage Creek 14 times. Number 2 is about EV service. So every time you service a gas vehicle, on average it costs $100 more than the same service for an electric car. So every time you service your EV, you save yourself $100. Number 3, we're talking about the ease of planning a long trip. So imagine you're going to be driving from Winnipeg to Calgary. With a gas vehicle, you're going to have to stop at a gas station every little while along the way, and it'll be costing you quite a bit to fill up your gas tank from 0 to full multiple times on that trip. In an EV, every time you charge up your car, it's going to be cheap and it's going to be planned into your route. So you can use an app like PlugShare, which will let you know real time if a charger is in use. You can also use an app called ABRP, it's called a Better Route Planner, and you're going to be able to find chargers in advance along your route, plan out all your stops, and you'll be able to plan out your rest times as well. Oftentimes, driving on a long road trip in a gas vehicle, you can get pretty tired driving for long stretches. In an EV, everything is planned out. And so you'll know when you're going to stop, how long you're going to stop for, and you'll have a more restful drive, as well as knowing exactly when you're going to arrive at your final destination. And that's how you can have an easier time on a road trip with an EV rather than a gas vehicle. So now for myth number 4 is that EV vehicles lose an excessive amount of range in the winter. So in the summer, you could expect to fill up your EV about 3 times in a month. In a gas vehicle, around the same, 3 fills per month. In gas vehicles, during the winter, they'll lose about 33% of engine efficiency. In EV vehicles, you lose about 40% of your range. So to explain this, we've made this chart here. If you were to fill your gas vehicle 3 times in a month at $70 per fill, it's going to cost you $210 in that month for 3 fills. In an EV, at about $7 per full charge at home, it's going to cost you about $21 in that month. Now we've lost range because it's winter both in our electric car and our gas car, so we've gotten to an extra fill. Well, in that gas vehicle, now you're spending $280, whereas in the EV, you're only at $28. Even if we had to do a lot of driving in our EV and filled up 6 times, we're at $42, whereas the gas vehicle is still going to be above that even with just 1 fill. And at 6 fills, you're over $400. Myth busted. And all of our EVs come equipped with a level 1 charger. That's going to be stored in the trunk of the vehicle. It looks just like this. You plug it into a regular wall outlet, and this end is going to go into your vehicle, of course. We'll plug it in and show you how to adjust the amperage on the charging unit. So, what we're going to want to do with our level 1 charger is adjust the amperage. So by holding this button down, we're able to adjust what the output's going to be of our charger. So it's going to start off looking like this, 0.6. We're going to increase that, press it, bring it up to 1, and then into 1.2. This is the fastest level that our level 1 charger is going to be able to operate at. So once that's set, we'll just hold the button down, and that's going to lock it in at 1.2. Now, we can charge in our vehicle and be charging at the fastest speed possible for our level 1. Number 5. People often think that it costs more to insure an EV rather than a gas vehicle. I'll show you. We calculated the cost difference between a gas Kona and an electric Kona. First up, the gas vehicle. Based on a monthly payment schedule, it's going to cost you $215 a month to insure that gas Kona. Now, if we switch over to the Kona EV, you'll see it is the exact same $215 a month to insure your electric Kona as well. So, that's another myth busted. If you have any other questions or you have a myth that you'd like us to investigate, you can reach us by email or by phone call, and you can find our contact information at birchwoodhyundai.com. You can ask for me, Zach, and I'll bust those myths for you.